Hi, I am Ruby Copeland. This is my EDN 301 Module 2 discussion board video. Okay, so the first question is grading is seldom easy or pleasant. Explain how you assign and apply the grading process in your future classroom. So in my future classroom, I plan to focus and strive towards student effort and growth well over grades and reports and test scores. While this is still important, the grades will primarily be based on effort and growth to determine is a student trying their best, are they putting in the work, are they doing their best no matter what the results are. I think it'll be clear for me to establish the expectations of what the students will be graded on and how they'll be graded, as well as establishing a transparent and fair grading process, allowing each student, no matter their learning process, to achieve the best grade possible. I will also need to provide clear instructions on assignments and projects or anything that we do in class so that they know, and especially this can be shown as grading expectations through a rubric. Okay, so for the second question, it says specifically explain how you will keep students informed of their progress during their grading term. So I plan to do in my classroom a lot of reports and check-ins. I would love, if possible, to do like a weekly check-in with each student, even maybe a daily check-in, just to see how they're doing, whether that be how they're doing mentally, emotionally in school, on the work that we're doing, etc. This can be seen through midterm reports too, just really sitting down, having that one-on-one time with students. I plan to give as much feedback as possible as I can in all the assignments that students submit to me. That way they know where they're doing wrong or where they're doing right, what to change, what not to change. Feedback is definitely very important. I also want to be the teacher that students know that they can come to at any time, no matter what the issue is, school-related, not school-related, etc. And then I plan to do either weekly or bi-weekly emails to parents. So once a week I'll do, the whole rundown of the week. This is what we're going to be learning. This is what we're going to be doing. And then bi-weekly, I would like to email each parent of each student individually, like, hey, this is how your student's doing. They are doing very well. They're benefiting, or they are struggling in this area, maybe do this at home to help them. I think this will offer great communication between students and parents, as well as me as the teacher. So question number 3 is how will subject achievement be monitored and recorded during the grading period? So obviously through tests and quizzes of the students and what we've been learning on. Projects, I really want and think that students working in groups and together with one another on projects is a great way to enhance their learning. Progress reports as well, like I mentioned, like just giving a weekly, bi-weekly, or even like midterm progress report to see how they're doing. Are they growing? Are they improving? Are they trying? Clearly, participation in class activities and student interaction. I want the students to, no matter how shy or nervous they are, even if they think the answer is wrong, to say it, because that's how you learn, and everyone probably has the same questions or thoughts. And then lastly, discussion groups. So I plan to sit my students in groups, and when we're focusing on what we're learning, everyone is participating in the discussion and their opinions about what we learned. All right, question 4 is how will effort and knowledge be weighed in your grading? It'll be weighed obviously by participation and involvement, just showing that no matter what answers right or wrong, that the students are participating, as well as is the student trying their best no matter their grade. That is so critical just in everything that they do. I really, like I had mentioned before, want to prioritize effort and growth over perfect test scores. So while the test scores are important and they do matter, I want to be able to monitor students' growth whether that be through projects, through assignments, through class presentations, just showing that they know what they're doing and know what they've learned. Knowledge will as well be weighed by tested quizzes and projects. And then this is from an article online that was within the module, and it said, we organize curricula based on content and skills when we should have focus on what people do with that content. So basically, instead of just testing a student on what they just learned, instead like having discussions or doing a project based on it, I personally think that's so much more beneficial than testing, because a student can show what they've learned in much easier and more interactive ways. Okay, so question number 5, how will good or bad behavior affect your grading process? This is definitely a challenge, like to be graded specifically on just behavior. Each student is different, they all work differently and everything. But when students will fully participate in group work and project, their behavior will be shown, because good behavior is doing what you were told and they're getting the project done. Same goes for assignments and classwork. However, vice versa, bad behavior can be reflected in an effort of an assignment, leading to a poor grade or poor feedback. This can definitely reflect behavior very easily if they're not participating in the group, etc. So good behavior will be reflected in good grades and positive feedback from me as their future teacher. I plan to, like I said, provide great amounts of feedback and opportunity for the students to know what they did good, did bad, did wrong, where they can improve upon, where they're doing good, etc. All right, and then so for the part 2 discussion question, I chose number 3, where it said, how can you structure classroom questions to simulate the development of students' thinking skills? So I think to develop students' thinking skills, they're just collaboration with group works, grouping, sitting in groups, everything that really enhances students' thinking skills. It helps them bounce their ideas off of one another. So I plan to have my desks organized in groups, maybe 4 or 5, depending on how many students I have. And this will really just enhance the learning. It'll also open up opinions so greatly. Like one person may think something, the other student might have been like, wow, I didn't even think about that. You really opened up my mind about that. So in the textbook, it says, by converting the room into centers, you can conduct several types of activities simultaneously without disruptions. So I think definitely, like I said, just being in groups, this here you can just conduct group discussions, group questions, group projects, and this really helps advance students' thinking skills. This is just the works cited, and thanks for watching.